Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We're back. Luckily, no combat today, because my brain's a little bit fried. um, but yeah. Hello.
Hi
Hello.
there.
Oh, hi.
Heads up for the audience. Miranda's having to deal with a bit of tech issues, so she'll be here when she gets here.
Mhm.
But yeah, how's everyone doing?
I am medically frustrated, but I'll deal with it.
Oh no, seems like today's a bit of a bad day.
Most of it was good though.
That's
Just
I'm existing.
this.
I arrived.
Just glad that February's almost done.
Alright, so getting into the session and the recap. The party beat the shadow spawn that were attacking them and followed, eventually finding a very large person as the culprit, who they defeated. Eni got a hold of the person's weapon, which she learned was somewhat similar to her hat, and destroyed it, which has resulted in the figure shrinking, still very big, but no longer large size category. And she gave the shards to Jared. I think we'll pick up there with everyone else until Ember's ready.
hmm
So yeah.
Well, that was odd. Edie says, just kind of, again, sitting on the person's stomach, just kind of patting it.
That did, in fact, certainly happen.
Sorry about my mess. I
Nina will shrug.
was not expecting this here. She'll look back at the figure and shrug.
Oh, unless it's something you directly caused, I don't think it's something you ought to apologize for.
Edie will stop and think, did I cause this? No, I don't think so.
Not my fault.
Shrug. Eh. Well, looking over to Jaren. Hopefully, whatever that was is some use to you.
I
Kind
may
of
not know
pointing
what
to
it
the
was.
remains of the war pick.
Yeah. I may not know what it was, but I at least might know what it's similar to. Stares directly at the hat. Not to say I would try anything, mind. Just drawing comparisons.
Welcome.
And I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Also, what the fuck was that weird, creepy thing in the woods? With its long arms just extending like that?
If I had to presume, something either summoned or created by the presence of whatever happened to this and lift up the shards again.
Makes far too much sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Whether it was purposeful or incidental, I do not know. but
I
I'd
didn't purpose
say
it,
either is fair.
but-
Yes.
That would have been real nasty if it caught us off guard. He kind of just shrugs, thinking about just the it's spearing its long, just the harpoon-like arms into Ember and Jared. I definitely wouldn't want that hitting me.
You know, the rest of us could take it, if not necessarily for all that long.
Hmm. But we dispatched it along with everything else we've faced so far. I feel relatively confident. You get the feeling he was not going to add the relatively part, but thought better of it in us being able to tackle if anything similar comes our way.
Once we're all done here and Ember's all caught up, what should we do after that?
Well,
Not
these
bad.
do look like awfully good materials. Mm. It could be... Besides picking up the weapon and giving these as materials to reduce costs, I am quite honestly at a loss. You could always wonder, but who knows? I'm
Edie
sure
will
something
then-
will rear its head, though.
Edie will then look to Mina. How about you?
I'm not entirely sure, other than I would like to have my new armor ready before we fight anything else.
Agreed on my sword.
Alright. How long are those gonna take?
Cricket, cricket.
You did get a time, right?
Yes, I did. However, the answer was after his sword was done, they would be able to start on my armor.
Looks to Jared.
And as for the sword, I believe it should be done in a week and some days.
And then just about as long for my armor afterwards.
Okay, a week and some change. for
No, I
both.
mean for the entire thing. The length of time that it took for them to make his sword it will take to make my armor.
2 weeks and some change. Okay. So 3. She just realizes what she said. Oh gosh, we're gonna be stuck for a while, aren't we?
Well, at the very least, we can always find something to occupy ourselves.
Well, I guess in that time I can see if I can put my ear to the ground, see if there's some rumors going around. Especially with the golden gecko running about.
Which is exactly why I want to have my armor. Because him finding out about Ember and whom Ember cares about led to this. Anywhere we go is going to have something that his machinations have touched.
Wait. Are you saying this person? She points down to the person she's sitting on, and whatever they had that are connected to me is connected to the golden gecko.
Maybe not as directly as that, but
Okay.
this happened after word got to the tyrant of whom Ember cared about.
Alright.
Speaking of which,
Okay.
Annika! You find yourself waking up.
Oh, what,
Alright, she's up.
what happened?
Edie
Oh, hi,
jumps
Sona,
off of
you're here too.
Blink.
Hi. You're not Sona?
Edie just opens her mouth. That's a bit of a hard question to answer. A bit
It's
of column A,
complicated.
yes. A bit of column B, no.
Oh wait, okay, cause I was with Sona, and then Aaron was Mai and Tor. Are they not here?
I
Do you
do
know
not
where
know
they
of
are?
whom you speak.
Never heard those names before.
Where are we? I don't recognize this place.
Where was the last place you remember being?
Okay, so with my friends, we found this castle thing, and we were wandering around, and we saw these like images of like a battle or something. I don't know. Oh boy, I think we're gonna be sick, and she goes and throws up.
Oh.
It's been...
Is there like a place we could go? I don't feel good.
There is one close by, but we need to wait for our other companion.
Speaking of which... Ember! Yeah. Aisling has... I think this is the point where Aisling pulls away from the hug. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I think Autumn has gotten up. All right. Thank you, Ember. Thank you for saving me.
Happy to return the favor.
Well then, introductions have been made, I see. I don't have to do it, I guess. I want to go home, quite frankly.
Well, good news is I brought someone to help with that, and he's gonna whistle for Hira to come over.
Walks over. I think Hira immediately goes and like tries to nuzzle her and oh hi, and she just gives him head scritches and head pats. Yes, let's go home. I think she tries to get on Hira, and then is like a bit exhausted and slips off, trying to get into the saddle.
Ember's gonna like catch her and then just like do his best to help her on.
Thank you. Aisling is just like stretches her legs. I'm good. I'd prefer to walk.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, good news is whatever got us here did make a clear path, so
That's good at least.
Oh, I need to introduce you to my friends.
Oh yes.
I met them. They were at the inn when right before the Golden Tyrant showed up, and we all decided to stick together.
Wait, and this is Aisling speaking. Wait, the Golden Tyrant showed up?
Yes. Oh, did you not get her caught up in on where I was staying? Oh, okay.
I didn't. Oh no.
Okay. Long story short, I was I've spent the past few years working at an inn, and that was in the territory of the Nurturing Wellspring, and the Golden Tyrant decided to take over her territory, and I met with some people, one of whom wants to stop the Golden Tyrant, and I've been going along with her, helping her out. So, because things have to change. So,
Yeah, he's the right bastard.
yeah. Anyway, let me introduce you, and he'll bring them over to the party, and we'll he's gonna see Annika and Beats like, is she doing okay?
Very confused, not feeling well, but better than one would expect given the likely situation.
Right.
Makes sense.
Might be good. And I realize that my voices for Aisling and Autumn are going to be similar, so I'm going to specify who. Aisling looks. Might be good to put her on the back of the elk. Just a thought.
Will she fit on the back of the elk?
Mina will, using Mingle with the Wind, cast Levitate on Annika.
Or that works.
Also, is this wagon right here?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think here is definitely big enough to pull a wagon, so I think we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Well, she's definitely not getting up and getting in, so...
Levitate's still
no.
useful.
Mm-hmm.
As you go over to the wagon, this is something I didn't get to specify because you didn't get up to the wagon in the combat. All of the crates are smashed or damaged to some degree, and there's definitely blood splatter on it.
Oof.
Are you still using it?
I can't do
I
anything
think-
about that.
It's either that or looks over at Jared and Mina. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to carry her.
Yeah. Ember is having yet another moment of wishing he still knew how to cast Prestidigitation to clean up the wagon.
I think Aisling looks at the blood splatter, casts Prestidigitation herself. No problem. I'm gonna need to
rounds
find out
out.
who was driving this.
Alright.
I think if you put Annika in the back, Aisling also climbs in just to look at the crates.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind me, just doing my job.
Yeah, Eni will hop up and begin rummaging through the crates as well.
Yeah, it's a bunch of trade goods, really, like some grain, other things that would be traded. Not much in the way of valuables.
Either we hook this up to the elk or we pull it, Jared.
Whichever is most convenient.
Okay, here's the thing. I know giant elk are a thing in D&D. Could we say that's what Hira is?
Giant elk, I think, would be... I think that is what he is, technically.
Okay.
To be a large size category? I need to pull up.
Well, I think regular elk are large.
They're pretty
and then-
big.
Yeah. Yeah, and then giant elk are bigger than that.
Yeah. I mean, like, even, like, horses are large, so Hira would be able to pull it even if he wasn't
Okay.
giant elk.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, we hook it up. Yes, you're gonna get all the good food for this.
Mm. Kind of like does the stamping foot thing. Ready to go.
Alright,
Alright then.
let's go.
Mm.
Yeah. I think Ember's gonna be just walking alongside the wagon just to check on things and also not give Hero more weight. So.
How about Mina and Jared? And does Edie stay in the wagon after digging through initially?
Oh, 100%.
Mina's going to walk. She doesn't need to add the extra weight of her and her armor.
Same for Jared.
Mhm.
All right.
Eni is small.
Eni is small and also a gremlin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am literally picturing Eni and Jared like Kenpachi and Yachiru.
Yeah.
What?
I can imagine that dynamic.
Yeah, you walk through the woods a lot more peaceful. Real quick, remind me, has Edie cast Summon Shadow Spawn yet?
Not recently.
Okay.
God, yeah, I think the last time.
I'm
was
asking
against
I'm asking because you would have summoned something similar to the creatures you fought when you do Summon Shadow Spawn. A lot of S sounds.
English isn't real, it can't hurt you.
But yeah. Just because there's the question of like, what were those things? It's, yeah. Summon Shadow Spawn does summon, Shadow Spawn.
She would eventually piece that together. Like halfway through. That was probably it. Yeah.
Yeah, you all eventually find your way back to Lark's Nest. And Autumn gets off, gets big stretch. Oh, I probably should have walked at least a little bit. Oh, legs.
Well, there's always the opportunity now, as long as there's daylight.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hanging there for like a whole day. That sucked.
It's alright.
Jared tilts his head, seemingly confused. Only a day?
Well, that thing attacked us yesterday, and Why?
Out of character, the confusion of hanging for a day. Only a day?
Oh, you mean sessions?
For Jared and backstory stuff, yeah, it's just like
Oh.
that kind of confusion.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All good, all good. I was a little vague with my wording.
Could go for some food. I'll see if my mom's whipped up something. I think.
Oh, also, the stairs are broken, so.
Oh yeah, I remember that. As she the second she crosses the threshold, Maisie is right up there giving her a giant hug. It is like you blink and all of a sudden Maisie's there. Hi, Mom. And then Ginger runs out and runs over to Ember and would jump on him, but she is very small.
I pick her up and give her all the scritches, and when there's a pause between Autumn and Maisie, I'll just hold Ginger up and be hey, so this is Ginger.
Oh my gosh, she is even more cute in person. And she goes to take Ginger from you, just to oh my gosh, cute dog.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Do you mind if
Puppy
I
therapy is very efficient.
do you mind if I? And she waggles her fingers.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Cass speak with animals. Hi, and I think she goes off into a corner just talking to Ginger. Aisling, hi, Mrs. Lark. Sorry about everything. Don't worry about it. I'm just glad that everyone is safe. I
Definitely wasn't your fault why that happened.
When you work in my profession, sometimes you get proactive. I have some stew being prepared, and I was planning to do a ritual tonight. Ember, of course, I think you should participate in it. All of you should. Thanking the Protector for sending you all and guiding you all.
Would you like some assistance in the kitchen?
Oh, assistance would be wonderful, thank you.
Oh yeah, and I got some stuff, and Ember's gonna pull out just various herbs that he's gathered. Oh, also here's your horn back.
Keep it for now.
All right.
And also, if you don't mind during the ritual tonight, I would also like to thank the Destroyer.
I think she pauses. For what reason?
She is my patron, after all.
She pauses a bit. That is... Where are you from, if I may ask?
I am from here in the territories, but
Which
the area where...
territory? Sorry.
The place under the Golden Tyrant's domain.
I did not take him for being that sort.
Oh, he isn't.
Oh,
I'm staunch.
I mean the sort to limit worship. Or restrict it in a way.
He isn't. I just figured that if we're thanking one for guiding us, we should thank the one that has definitely been guiding me.
This is weird because I have things to explain, and it's just how to explain it in character especially since it's like Mina's perspective here is not the. I think I'll explain it out of character. Mina's perspective here is not the norm. Where it's like for the combat for defeating your foe, like yes, that's destroyer, but for like it's like you don't pray to Hermes for a storm kind of deal, even if Hermes is the god you have the most interactions with. And I think that's where Maisie's confusion is.
I focus more on the aspect of change.
Well, if anything, I would say you are resisting change. We do have a shrine to the Destroyer here, but let's say my house, my rules.
You are the second person who has very recently told me that I am opposing the change that I state that I prefer.
Not that, in that... You seem very focused on the Destroyer. But there is... We can talk later about this.
Mina will nod. It's pointless to argue right now.
Annika in the back of the wagon goes, "Are we there yet?"
Point of order. Annika, I don't think you know Draconic.
Oh yeah, she wouldn't, would she?
And I think Maisie and Maisie and Autumn probably know common. I'm not sure if Aisling does. I think it'll be a luck check for each of them to see. So for brain, just name went. For Maisie, does. Autumn does. Aisling does. Okay. Everyone speaks common.
Nice.
I think
Or at
Aisling...
least, like, knows enough of it to understand the question.
Yeah. I think Aisling... Oh, shit. Goes out. Okay, I'm gonna need help with this.
On it.
Ember goes to help her.
Thank you very much.
No.
I have another cast of Levitate if that is necessary.
Yes, please.
Levitate has been cast.
Yeah. Ember, you and your sister bring her over to one of the sick beds and put her in. At least it's not as before the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully she's able to tell us what happened to her. Because she seems fine now.
A
At
bit
least
out
not-
of it. Edie interrupts as she walks
Very
by.
much out of it.
Well, yeah, but not, trying to attack us.
It's a plus.
I think you say, no, I kind of brushed over. I think you guys probably explained on the way what was up with Annika. Because I was playing it at the beginning of, like, they didn't quite realize it. That was me, like, oh shoot, I metagamed myself. And, so yeah. Yeah. Is anyone doing anything in the house?
I think Ember is gonna try and find, like, a nice quiet area and is just gonna sit down and talk to his sister.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You two talk. Is there anything Eni or Mina or Jared are doing.
Oh, Mina's assisting in the kitchen.
Okay.
He's
Jared-
going to take a nap.
Jared is separating himself from the situation. He feels that this is Ember's moment, and it's a moment that he feels he wouldn't be welcome, so he is essentially isolating and othering himself.
All right. I think we'll cut to Mina. Look, I understand. Things are complicated, but change is good and change is powerful. But the destroyer is not all powerful. She is destruction and change, it is true, but that's not what brought my daughter back. It wasn't the roar of storms, but the silvery wing. Each divine has their role in the world.
I would argue that destruction aided in bringing her back, for there was a fight.
He did, yes,
And-
and sorry, I cut you off there.
I was gonna say. And sometimes also to protect, one must destroy, which is, in the end, one of my major goals for change.
You say that the destroyer is your tutelary, yes?
Yes.
Would it surprise you to learn that she is also mine? And my daughter's?
No, it would not.
You grew up under his reign. I understand the want, the desire. But here we are. You seem to be taking this issue very personally. Why is that? And apologies if that is too blunt. I'm merely trying to understand, so I don't anger you.
I am not swift to anger, and this would not anger me at all. I do not feel that I am taking this all that personally. I just tend to be like this most of the time.
But it is your insistence and then your mentioning that I'm the second one trying to deny you change.
Because you are the second one in a very short period of time who has said that I am focused on the wrong thing, though you said it much more kindly than the other.
To be true, I mean in this situation, if anything.
They were speaking in all things.
That is unfortunate. I believe that the destroyer had a hand in helping my daughter, but it is... She works... How to words this? The sisters will often work together, but it is a case of the destroyer supporting her sister and not the other way around here. Many people will worship the protector through the destroyer, or other way around. Will you, because we recognize that all of the gods, she wouldn't use the word gods, she would use the word ancients, but like Yeah, words. Words hard. All of the ancients have their role, and if we venerate one above the others, we begin to lose sight of all of the roles they play, all the ones that are needed.
Was not aiming to try and venerate one above all. I just wish to also give thanks to the one that I know has been assisting me in all things.
We're getting into a very complex issue, I see here.
I am also being literal, and Mina will indicate her weapon. She gifted this to me.
I think we'll cut there because it's a place where my understanding of polytheism is clashing with Mina. Is I think where we are.
Yeah, Mina is basically just saying, hey, this, if we're giving thanks to one, this is the one that I know has definitely been guiding me and helping me with this, so why not also give thanks here? This could also just be me not fully grokking how things work in this world, and we can just move on. It's fine.
Add a character explanation why it is, like, it is, you know, like, yeah, Mina's being guided by the Destroyer, but it is a case of, this isn't the Destroyer's job. She helped, but it's not her job. It is like going to, a nature deity for, like, thank you for helping with the war, when, you know, it's like they technically helped because, you know, the enemy got tripped up by vines, but that's not their role in this, in the metaphysical structure of things.
Well, also from Mina's perspective, it's we fought something and smashed something and broke something and changed something. That's her perspective on it.
Yeah. Could I also add something, since I helped out with the world building for here, because the shrine for the Destroyer that's here is like, you know, that this is a hospital, and that shrine is there for memento mori reasons, so it's kind of more there for, like, you know, paying respect, like when people don't make it. So
but that's not the only kind of change. Is also we're getting deeper into it, but Mina would argue that it's not the only kind of change.
We're kind of getting into
better is a change of state as well.
We're kind of getting into a point where we're dealing with philosophical differences on the same subject, and that's gonna go in a circle forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ember. Where do you meet with Aisling? Do you go into one of the rooms, or do you both bamf upstairs?
I think he'll go upstairs to the library, since that's like a nice quiet area, and also does have like a nice big, like, front window with like a little sitting area, so you can, for reading. So.
And no one else can get up there.
Yep. Well, and also, Ember doesn't even need to bamf because he can spider climb.
Oh yeah.
He can just go on the walls.
I forgot about that when asking for the ability check last time.
I mean, to be fair, I forgot about it too.
Probably Ember forgot about it too. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, but it's fine.
Yeah. Met
Yeah, so
yourself
I think
some
he's...
nice people here.
Yeah, they've, Autumn and Maisie have helped me out a lot, and, so have, my friends.
They've been nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cute dog, by the way.
Yeah, I found her out back when I was cleaning up one night, and she was just very, very small and very sad and covered in mud. So I brought her in to clean her up and get her warm, and I told myself it would just, be the one night, and then I'd find a home for her, and well, that turned out to be me. So.
I was gonna make the same joke.
Oh yeah, also, this is just, for me, the player, how tall is Ainsling? I have to know if shortness runs in the family.
I have not thought about that. Do you want shortness to run in the family?
Yes, but I think it would also be funny if she's still a little bit taller than him.
Yeah, I think she's like 5'4", so she's a little bit short, but like taller than Ember
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Weird that my older brother looks younger than me.
I mean, that's what getting stuck in the in-between does, because you don't
Yeah.
age there. Did you tell them?
Not yet. I wanted to do due diligence before getting their hopes up.
Right.
They put up a little shrine to you a few decades ago. Took them 70 years. But that's a long time to wait. I hope you don't think lesser of them for doing that.
Oh, of course not. How old are you, by the way?
139.
Oh, Ainsling is?
I may be messing up the timeline a bit. Sorry.
You,
Sorry.
no, because, Ember's 131.
Okay, yeah.
so-
Definitely messed up the timeline. My bad.
Yeah, I believe with,
Huh?
because we did talk about,
Yeah.
the, like, how long after Ember's disappearance she was born, so she would actually be 91.
Yeah. Sorry. That was me not looking at my notes.
All good, all
It's
good.
okay. It's okay.
It was quick and easy correction.
Yeah.
No worries, though. Hard on it.
91.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Elphage for you.
This is what being
so-
an ADHD dungeon master is like sometimes.
Fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Ember does the mental math. It's like, and goes, so, 11 years after I went missing.
Yeah. I grew up hearing a lot of good things about you. And they always believed that you were out there.
What are they like?
Dads, both of them.
I don't.
Hey.
I
I-
don't really
she-
remember them.
she-
I don't.
Gives you a hug. They're really great parents. They showed me a lot of love. And they never forgot about you. Dad always makes sure to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. He's always on top of things. Mom will always make sure you know your worth. You're gonna Autumn told me you don't have to try to be Tashin. You can be Ember and they'd understand. They'd love you nonetheless and welcome you back in.
I think with that, Ember just... He just breaks down crying.
She just gives you a big hug. You're gonna make me cry. I think we're going to cut to Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn comes up to you, with Ginger in her arms. I'm gonna need to talk to you for a bit.
He raises an eyebrow inquisitively and just says, "All right."
Good. Sets Ginger down, goes into this room.
We don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
sorry.
still on the battle map.
yeah.
Sorry, I
like,
always forget.
Okay. On which room? This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She stands pretty close to you with a determined look on her face. So, Ginger told me about you and Ember.
Right. Druids can't speak to him.
Not a druid, but
Oh. My apologies for the assumption.
she is, and just to give visual description, she's 5'7", so shorter than you, but antlers.
Mm.
Look, I'm a healer. I know my way around injuries, broken bones. I know how to cause them too. Tilts her head forward just a little bit. I'm willing to hear your side, but I don't want to see my friend hurt.
Very understandable.
So?
So, which part would you like to hear then? Because that's a very long story.
To be honest, all I got from Ginger is that you yell a lot.
Because I am usually a very angry person. And it gets directed in the wrong directions sometimes.
Have you apologized for that?
It's a work in progress. As for when he just kind of tilts his head back and forth non-committally, in non-committive, whatever the word is, in an unsure manner. Whenever it feels like he won't leave the moment I appear. Or at the very least, better words for it. That he'd actually listen to what I say. I have a feeling that it'll take a lot more time for the embers, the smoldering pile of the bridge that was burned, to cool enough to be worked on again.
No. Sorry, but
Pardon?
no. That is a bad way to handle things. If you wait for the moment, it's never gonna come. Because there will always be a better time. If he's going to not want to listen to you and gonna want to walk away, you need to reflect on what you did to make him feel that way. That's how interacting with people works.
I know what I did.
And reflect on how to fix it.
I break things. That is what I was literally raised to do.
The hammer can break or it can make. The sword can cut or defend.
Not this one. Not
Looks
this
at the
one.
greatsword. From what I hear, those are usually given to bodyguards.
I also leave a nasty scar.
Why do you think they're given to bodyguards?
I see the point being made. I will try something
Miranda,
soon.
you have access to Ember or Autumn's character sheet. Could you roll an insight check for me, just so I don't have to fumble through opening it on my end?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna roll it because she has a +8, so.
Alrighty.
Natural 15, so that's a 23.
All right.
Oh! What
Um,
specific part is being incited?
She's checking to see how earnest Jared is about wanting to apologize.
He wants to, but it's very much after what I did, is it better to just leave things as they are kind of a thing of will I just say something and make things worse again? Because in his mind, that's all he can do, is just break, kill, destroy.
If someone fell, broke their leg, you say you didn't have any medical knowledge. I don't know if you have any. What would be the best way for that to heal? Would leaving it be the best way? Or would doing your best at least help?
Depending on how severe the injury is, if it's a small enough break, I am a paladin, I know some healing
Oh, this is
abilities.
a very big break. You and I both know that.
And in the case of a compound fracture, do everything I myself don't know. The best of medical knowledge. I know basic first aid. So I would get someone who can.
She, like, pinches the bridge of her nose. The
I
metaphor
get-
flew over your head.
I get the point. I know that I should do something here. I should do something now. Sooner is better because there will never be a perfect moment.
Exactly. That's all. Good talk, and Ginger's scared of you. And I think she walks out. Do we... Sorry. Say what you're going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, when he and Ginger are gone, he just breathes a heavy sigh. Of course he is. Of course he is. Yeah, brain. I feel like then after just the sigh and breath of course, just kind of like it's the fight with yourself of I feel terrible, I don't want to do anything, let me sit and sulk, and the head knowledge of doing that is pointless, but the heart feelings of, but what if I don't though? Could I just do that? So just kind of struggling with that for a good while. Just sits there with his thoughts.
Alright. Do we want to have a scene with Eni and Annika?
I'm down for that if
That could be fun.
you are.
I'm fine with that.
I think after a very, very long nap, Annika sits up and is a little bit better, but still just sitting on the bed. Is Eni there?
Oh yeah, Eni would be asleep in another bed. Just snoring away.
Hi. Not Sona.
Eni would shuffle a bit. Yeah. What? Hi. You?
Annika.
Annika. Gotcha. Well. As you mentioned, as I mentioned, I am somewhat Sona, but at the current moment, let me just introduce myself. I am Eni Grimhold, the, let's just say, current occupant of this body.
Ah. Okay. Any plans on giving it back to Sona?
Ian's smile will, being her very over-exaggerated grin, will shrink down a bit to a much more mild one, and her voice, will, dissipate, kind of dissipate down as well. Yeah, that's the plan. Just need to figure out how to do so. Thanks to you, I might have know a way, but I would also like not to die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll try to get your friend out of there. As well as your other ones.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
A little better. I don't know how long I was in there. 'Cause before I met everyone else, I was in a forest. I was helping transport something, and we got intercepted, and I decided to just grab it and get on a horse and just see if I can get whoever it was away from my friends and make sure that, like, whatever the thing had, they wouldn't get a hold of it. And her hand goes up and you see some scars on her neck. There's one, like, on the left side and one on the right side, indicating it was entry and exit wound. So yeah, I went down and like think was okay, well, I could try to use this thing now, or whoever's after us is gonna get it. So I used it, and then that's when I met everyone else.
I see. You needed power at that time, and that was the price that was paid.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not dead. That's something.
That's always a positive. If you don't mind me asking, though, do you know who it was that was chasing after you, wanting that thing you had?
She shrugged. She has no idea. So, and above table, neither does Miranda. So.
Fair enough. Memory's
yeah.
still groggy.
But yeah.
I see.
I don't know, it might have just been someone wanting a magic war pick or something. I don't know. I was just... I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was still in training. But my mentor was going, and thought I could come along. So didn't realize things would go as bad as they did.
Where are you from originally?
Well, how do you pronounce the name of the kingdom that we agreed Annika was from? Because I don't know.
Sylvania.
Yeah. Sylvania.
Easy
Is
easy
finally-
enough. There's Sylvania is the kingdom that values power and strength, but like not necessarily just warrior stuff. Definitely highly emphasized, but also like, if you're a good politician and can seize power that way, cool. The motto of the kingdom is strength is one thing, power is everything.
Right, the kingdom for the meatheads. Gotcha. Yeah, you're.
Yeah, that's what my
quite a
siblings
ways.
called me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, and hey, when you grow up on a farm, like, you gotta be hardy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I mentioned, you're quite a ways. Currently, right now, we're in the territories.
Oh. Okay. What part? Okay.
Very far east.
Very far. Like, edge far. Whenever that,
I crossed the entire continent and I don't even remember any of it.
Yep.
Huh.
Do you know who this master of yours was?
Yeah, it was, to clarify a bit, basically, like, the, character type I went with, for Annika for the survivors was Squire, so it was basically, like, the person she was squiring for, so.
Gotcha, a knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was essentially knight in training. That wasn't
Mm-hmm.
official yet, and she was basically serving like a much older knight who had, like, seen a lot of stuff, and was very much the, like, old man in a, like, or in her case, old woman in a profession where people die young. So
Mm-hmm.
and she was basically the one who told her to just, like, get out of there so she could, like, hold off, who was attacking them, since she has a lot more weapons experience than Annika does. So yeah, I don't know if she knew. Again, we were just security. So
And it's probably going to be a bit of a stretch, but since you most likely don't know, but just worth a shot. Do you have any idea where exactly? God, how to word this? Do you know exactly what that item wanted, or specifically was looking for, or something? This seemed a bit
I
random.
think that's a GM question. Would Annika know that?
Yeah.
I mean, how much does Sona know about Eni?
Not much.
Then there you go.
Fair enough. Again, she knew it was going to be a bit of a stretch. Figures. Oh well. You mentioned a few other names, so.
Yeah,
His friends-
including me, there was 4 of us. It was me, Sona, and then there was Mai and Tor. I think Tor was there the longest, given how stressed out he was all the time.
Currently, right now, it's you. Eni will point to her. And Sona points to herself. Meaning there's still 2 more out there. And if they have items like this, she points to her head. That might be what's trapping them in there right now.
Yeah, probably is. I'm still pretty tired. I'm gonna lay down some more if that's okay.
Well, of course. You get plenty of rest.
All right.
And thanks for getting me out.
Eni smiles. This is my mess, so even if I'm not sure what's going on, gotta clean it up. And then,
And Annika will just curl back up.
yeah, in the meantime, Eni will then just sit on the bed and just think about all this information.
Could you roll me a insight check, Eni?
Gotcha. Come on. A 12.
12. Yeah. This entity had the same magic, or similar magic to you, although it was using it in different ways. Sona and Annika ended up in the same place. And I was trying to hint at the entity saying like, oh, you and me have some sort of connection. So there's something there. I'd say with the 12 insight, you're not quite able to pick up on it. But there are the pieces.
The other thing too that is kind of bothering Eni is this feels very random. Just this entity being out here on someone it could just be just coincidence, but after everything that's gone on with Susul and his spies, and then all of a sudden Anka appearing here with an item. She definitely thinks on it.
Right. I'll say we'll flash forward to the ritual. Both Maisie and Autumn get dressed up in priestly robes for it, and it's at the night they say a hymn to the protector and give an offering of I'll say some grain. And you all are encouraged to view or join in.
Is Jared still isolating?
He is present, but like separate, if that makes sense. Like he's not completely gone and completely away. He's still present for the ritual and to give respects. He's just off to the side, not really interacting with much.
Okay.
I think right before the ritual,
Ember is gonna go up to Jared and is just gonna say, "Thank you for your help with finding them and getting them back."
Of course. Of course.
How are you doing?
Worse. Better. Evens out. Leaning worse.
Is me talking to you making it worse, or I have trouble telling.
No. Something that was said earlier today. Not you. Nothing with you. Well, that's technically not.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Oh, you're free to.
dirty 20.
Yeah, no. Someone clearly had words with him about his interactions with Ember in the past, and he's just like, well, gee, thanks for making me feel like even worse of a person than I already did.
With the dirty 20, is Ember able to put together that it was probably Autumn?
Yeah.
I think with that I'll say, I'll talk to Autumn. I will. I'll explain things. I'm sorry.
I feel like Ginger is a very biased source of information.
Looks down at Ginger. No treats this evening. Okay, at some point I would like to talk with you, maybe not now when you're in a place for it. We should definitely talk, because I don't want any more of this either.
He nods. I am sorry. Genuinely. I apologize. I was out of line.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't give you more benefit of the doubt, and I'm sorry I went behind your back.
And, one thing that I will say is that carrying over from that earlier insight check is that while he is being truthful that he is sorry, it's like he does want to apologize. he does want to be sorry, and he is apologizing, and he is sorry. But it's like, the circumstances don't feel right to him, if that makes sense.
Okay. I think with that, we'll say.
Yeah.
Just...
Sorry, may I continue briefly?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No,
you
you're
go
fine.
ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. To clarify what I mean by circumstances don't feel right, it's like he doesn't feel like he deserves to be forgiven and doesn't feel like that he should be apologizing this quickly after everything. It just feels like it's rushed is the wrong word, but that's the only one that's coming to mind currently. It's just like this doesn't feel earned to him.
Okay.
And he doesn't feel like he deserves anything more than what he has already been given, which is just derision and just negativity.
Okay, well, let me know when you're ready for that longer conversation.
I don't think I ever will be ready. Sooner is better, so why the hell's not now?
Well, I guess
Right.
part of it is like this is like before the ritual, so I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
true.
through- Yeah.
Then
Um,
I'll amend the statement to be, instead of right now, he'll say later tonight.
Right. And I meant what I said, that I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Mm. He just nods and gives a grunt of affirmation that, yeah, he remembers.
Talk later.
Later, then.
Okay, so we can cut to the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
How does everyone feel during the ritual? For Jared and Edie, like, this is religious stuff that you have not experienced. This is a different religion taking place.
I would say that, Jared is unaware of what to properly do, so instead of trying to follow along with half the information, he just watches, he observes, and if he's asked to do something, he will.
Alright.
As for Eni, she will be essentially just standing and observing from the sidelines. Not really a religious type.
Alright. Ember and Mina.
Mina will be participating.
As will Ember.
Alright. Yeah, I think Ainsling too is participating. Ember, what, the Protector, is the Protector one of Ember's tutelaries?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think both you and Ainsling have, like, you know, both of you keep the protector, and so I think you both are a bit more into it than Mina is.
Mina protects things by breaking other things.
And I think as the ritual comes to a close, the sun has set, but you hear, "Rah! Rah!" Autumn looks over. Oh, they're back, and runs over to, this did not get the chance to explain. It's like a 3D topographical map, and there is a crow standing right on it. She goes over, gives the crow some scritches, and then just pecks at where this place is located. Flies up, stands on her antlers. And then I think we'll cut to after the ritual and any conversations there.
Okay. I think, I want to have Ember Jared scene, but also Ember Autumn scene. I kind of want to save the Autumn scene for after.
All right.
So,
Alrighty.
yeah, I think Ember's gonna he is gonna like bring over some food just as like a peace offering, and maybe like if they have any, like a nice like hot cider, not not alcoholic cider, because he has clock that Jared doesn't drink. So
All
but
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they'd have some for sure.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll just sit down and was like, here, brought you the good stuff.
Appreciate it. He accepts the food and he will what are the words? He will he'll take a bite or two and basically he will wait for Amber to fully start the conversation because he feels he's the one who has to defend himself, if that makes any sense. Because like
Yeah,
he feels like he should be on the back foot.
yeah. Yeah, Number's gonna say, when we did the raid for the Gilded Wave, I know we signed up to do a job and we did what we were asked, but I wish we hadn't done that, and not just because of Susil, although definitely partly, largely because of Susil, but and I'm angry with myself that I took any part in it, and I was doing my best to try and get them to surrender, but that didn't work, but I threw 2 people overboard to try and get them to surrender, and both of them were killed in front of me. rather horribly, and between Susil paralyzing and drowning someone and you just attacking them with all the ruthlessness you had, I honestly can't tell you which scared me more. And it was another example of me not doing something and it, or just making the wrong decision and someone getting hurt because of it. So when Eni said that there was another follower of your patron in town, and having seen what you can do, and I was wrong for going behind your back. I will admit that that was the wrong decision, and I understand why trust was broken there, but in that moment in the street, when the chips were down, and as far as I was able to tell, you were going to hurt someone, I'm not sorry for intervening. Knowing what it's like, and he pulls down his shirt and reveals some of his scar. Knowing what's like when there isn't anyone to step in for you, I don't regret sticking to my principles there. Even if I'm sorry for everything that led up to it.
He nods, continuing to eat and drink as he's listening. And, he takes a moment, to think before answering. As for the piracy, what Susil did was not on you. That was his decision to kill them in that manner. You did not know that he would do that, and you cannot fault yourself for someone else's actions. As for all of the others, it was business. They were going to kill us, or at least felt as though, in my mind. So in a fight for survival, I fight to win. The only one that I explicitly and very specifically would choose to die, would choose to kill even if it were not a fight for survival, is, as you mentioned, that one guard. And based off of the previous track record of my own brother and a complete stranger, Why would you think anything different of me for Janaka? I am a brute. I fight, I kill. Is what I do. And while I do not regret having taken lives of strangers in battle, I do regret how I act around each of you. I should have found some other way other than yelling and shouting and being angry. But I don't know what or how or anything else. It is so easy to be angry. And it's all I could really understand.
I think a good place to start is an understanding that in spite of any frustration as we might have in the moment, we are still be able to be rid your former placing over you so you can figure out how you actually want to live when you don't have to survive all the time. I want you to have a future.
But without a
And I've
purpose
had a
to
hard-
chase. Oh. You continue first.
Continue. Sorry.
No, you. Go.
Just no, you go. No, you go.
Why don't you go?
Sorry if it breaks the scene, but that would be funny if Edie just like walks by and says that and then leaves. It doesn't have to happen if it breaks the moment, but
I think.
Yeah, and I think he'll say, I've had trouble telling if there is that. If you might actually care about me in some personal or, God's forbid, sentimental way, or if I am just useful to you, and as soon as I'm not, well, you'll find some other axe-wielding idiot.
If anything, I feel like the majority would vote in favor of finding another great sword-wielding brute. But as for...
Well, it's too bad that I care about you and your goals then, for me to want to do that.
That seems to genuinely confuse him.
But yeah, I guess like the point he's trying to make is it's like he, like, at the end of the day, like he does care about Jared and he does want, like he said, he wants him to be rid of, you know, like he wants him to not have the danger of his patron and his family anymore. So.
Mm-hmm. I would. Yeah, the big thing that he's confused on is like, wait, even after everything that I've said and done, you truly care about my existence?
Yeah, and but yeah, and I think with that he'll say something Autumn said to me when I was staying here and I was feeling bad about how much of a mess I was is, well, other people haven't been in your circumstances, so how do you know that they would have handled it better? And I'm not gonna pretend that I would definitely have been able to handle your situation in a much better way, so.
He nods and he says, as for the subject of a future, beyond what I already do best, what even would there be? Freedom to make a choice is... It is that, indeed, it is a freedom. But with so many possibilities to me, just feels endless, paralyzing. So does it truly make one free, or
Well,
make them worthless if they can't complete their own purpose?
I think that's also part of the problem. You feel like you have to earn your worth, that you have to deserve existing. I'm guessing that's from your family, but they were wrong.
At least it meant I knew where I was going, who I was. Or who I had to
Point
be,
is-
at least. Yes, continue. Sorry.
You don't have to have this all figured out today. It's not like I don't have anything figured out. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this either, but point is you get to be more than just what you've had to be. If that makes any sense. Okay. And we can honestly end the conversation soon. I do want to have a scene with Autumn.
Yeah. Then the last thing Jared would then say is, then I guess my long-term goals are to kill 2 vile influences across my life and the lives of many others. And I guess the only short-term goal I have will be to see the rising sun tomorrow. And the day after, and after that until something else pops up. Well,
I've definitely had a lot of those days, so that's a good goal.
thank you for the meal. And he returns to eating and drink his, what Ember had given him earlier.
So
I think where you find Autumn and Maisie is standing at the stairs, just looking up. Just like, how are we gonna get to our rooms?
I think Ember is gonna go up and like hey, if you want, I could, and then just walk up on the wall a little bit to demonstrate the spark flame.
need some assistance?
That would be appreciated. Autumn,
I
would you
also
like to
have
go
one
first?
cast Levitate.
I might.
Oh darn, Ember's already just like picked up Autumn and is gonna princess carry her off the wall.
Hell yeah!
I think Maisie's like, I may have some other chores to take care of. And she walks off.
Hell
I
yeah.
think Autumn is blushing.
She's gone from orange to red.
Yeah. Thanks.
Ember's also blushing. It's like, oh yeah, walking sideways is a little weird, but you could get used to it. And he's like,
If you don't mind,
gently...
as you're doing this, you'll hear him missing. Go get him, Casanova. As Edie just smiles from the doorway and just walks back to the infirmary.
Ember just says very quiet, "Wait, shut up, Edie." Just under his breath, which Autumn definitely hears.
Well, with the message cantrip, no one else but the recipient can hear, so only Eni would hear.
Well, Ember would say it out loud, so Autumn would hear what he said. So.
Oh,
Or would hear the "shut up, Edie."
Yeah. Oh, wow, you've gotten...
Nothing.
I was just gonna say, you've gotten pretty strong.
Yeah. Working at the end did me some good.
Being on the road probably helped too, huh?
Yeah. It did. I feel like I should make a charisma saving throw. Just
Do it.
Oh, that was a natural one. It's a 0.
oh,
So I think he The Nat One manifests as like he just forgets to talk for just an awkwardly long time. Just again, it's just dial-up noises in his bed.
Could I silvery barbs that?
You don't have line of sight.
Oh,
Fair
darn.
enough. Fair
Okay.
Try to help.
But yeah, I think he'll just say, hey, how, your room, and he'll open the door for a room, and
Yeah.
how are you after, just with everything? I did want to just see how you were doing. I know I
It was
didn't
scary.
exactly make your life easy.
It was scary, but I'm doing better. And in part, that's because someone I care about came to save me.
Of course,
And hey, we're even now, so
yeah. I don't know. I think you might have more on me with the little rescues.
well, there's always time for you to catch up. I think she notices the horn. Oh. Mom gave you that?
Yeah, I picked it up from the house when we were here earlier in the day, and your mom said I could borrow it. She said to hang on to it for now.
It's a family heirloom.
Oh yeah, the Mater of the Moon said that she knew the family.
Yeah.
Well, your mom's side anyway.
Yeah. Don't think she would have gotten the chance to meet Dad's side.
Oh yeah. You should probably let your dad know that that you're okay.
To be fair, I don't think he knew I was in trouble, so
Oh. Okay, that's fair. I guess I knew you had the sending stone to him. I don't know.
hard to do that when you're gagged.
Yeah. How is he doing, by the way?
From what I've seen, doing fine.
Okay.
Ember? What's up with us? Are we gonna... Is there anything that's forcing us to beat around the bush here?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you why I was leaving.
Why was it?
So, you know how I was always, a bit sarcastic with some of the books you'd show me of like, oh my god, this person's being so much of an A for person they like. That could never be me. And then later I kind of realized, oh, actually, I understand it at first, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm just being more understanding of these characters, and that's wait, no. And I realized when I danced with you that I liked you. And I was worried that that was gonna ruin things, and I just thought maybe not saying anything would be better, but it's not, because 2 years later, after I left, I still like you, and also the Golden Tyrant knows that I liked you, because
Oh.
There was someone who was pretending to be a friend, turned out was not a friend, who read my mind, and that's how he found out about my family, and also you, and we had just dealt with that person when you first told me Ainsling was there. That's why I asked to. That's why that was a bad day.
I see.
And
Well, if you like me and I like you, and
wait, you like me?
yes,
This never occurred to him that could ever be a possibility.
and if one of the most powerful beings in this world is operating under the assumption that we're together, might as well. And she holds her hand out for you to take.
He takes it, and okay. Okay, yeah.
She starts blushing.
Sorry, I'm still processing the you like me back. Like, you can do so much better than me. You do realize that, right? Like,
She just gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Just blushes and freezes. Wait, be okay if I sit in your room? There's only so much I could communicate in letters, and I do want to catch up, if that's okay.
Well, I think Mom wants to get upstairs. And she'd maybe bring Ginger up too.
Right.
But yeah, we can talk.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think that's where we'll cut the session. Woo!
So what'd everyone think?
That was a thing.
Where is it? Oh, there's the sound. Do soundboards show up on the stream?
Yes, since it's through Discord audio.
Okay, then even though it's a remix and it's a very short clip, never mind, I'll play it after.
Hope everyone enjoyed that RP session.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I think it's so funny that I rolled a nat 1 on charisma check, so it's a 0.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Thank you everyone for playing. That was really fun. Love the RP sessions. Thank everyone in chat for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.